Hey, everybody, welcome back to Stages Podcast. This is the podcast that we keep short, sweet, and upbeat. And I am here with Lorena and Zach, a couple of millennials that I just kind of hang out with and have a great time. And today, guys, we are going to be talking about some digits.
The digits. We're going to talk about our phone numbers because a lot of people have had a lot of different phone numbers.
Basically, a lot of people just been requesting our phone numbers ever since this podcast really took off. And so we're going to talk about phone numbers today.
Yeah, we're going to give you our phone numbers. Just hit us up.
Just hit us up.
No, seriously, guys. Like, I was just thinking about my phone number and how many phone numbers I've had with like landlines, like growing up, you know, me as a baby boomer. And I'm like remembering my first phone number. And then I just thought about like Zach and Lorena as millennials. And do they even have landlines? Have they had the same number their whole lives? Like, so what gives, guys?
Okay.
What gives?
For me, we had a landline growing up, which is still the number I use anytime a store asks me to give them my phone number, even though it doesn't exist anymore. So it's probably somebody else's cell phone, and they're getting robocallers now. Sorry, whoever has 817-498-3163 if you're listening.
Oh my gosh.
But me, I've had the same number since my first cell phone. I have the same number. And the only other number I have is I have another phone that I use when I'm in Ireland with Ross with a different SIM card. That's an Irish number. That's it for me. 2 numbers.
Wow. 2 numbers your whole life.
Yeah.
And you'll probably have that one number for forever, do you think? Right?
Yeah. I mean, I plan to, and now apparently you can, even if you change carriers, you can keep your number. So, and I love it because my sister, both of our phone numbers are this, like, the first, like, our area code is the same, and the first 3 numbers are the same. So
nice.
I like that. I don't know.
I love that.
Yeah. Well, what about you, Zach?
Okay, so I was just counting mine. I've got a lot. We moved a couple times growing up. I can think of like 3 houses that we lived in particular. I mean, maybe 4 total. So I'll say 3. We had 3 different landlines. And then I got my first cell phone. And I had that cell phone all throughout high school and college. We're at 4 numbers. Then I studied abroad in UK for a while. And I had a phone number there that was different. Then I moved to China. And I had a different phone number in China. And I lost my, like, what I thought was going to be my cell phone number that I had for my whole life. So we're at 6. In China, phone numbers are different. If you move to a different province in China, you should get a new phone number because of just like the way that the expenses work based on the region that you're in. So I had a second phone number that I used for my time in China. Then I came back to the United States in 2019 for a couple months, and I had a temporary phone number then. Then we went to Turkey, and I had my Turkish phone number. Now I'm back in the United States. I have a cell phone number that may be my cell phone number for the rest of my life, but who knows at that point?
Your forever digit.
Yeah, so that's my forever digits.
Forever digits.
So that's 10 phone numbers that I've had, and the people that are close to me, like I've kind of helped them, but like I have some people who like will ask me like, which number am I supposed to use? Because I've got like 6 numbers in here for you, and I'll help them out with that. But yeah, I've had a lot of phone numbers.
Wow.
You have had a lot of phone numbers.
I've had a lot. Yeah, I've had a lot.
I feel like too for our generation, like it honestly wasn't until like within the last 5 years that I realized not so much the importance of your number, but keeping your number is to do with keeping your SIM card. Or, I didn't understand the SIM card relevance for a lot of
Mhm.
things. And I
Mhm.
guess you've changed carriers and you weren't allowed to change with your carrier.
Mhm.
Like if you
Is
were
that
AT&T and then you went to a different.
uh
I've changed from AT&T to Verizon, and I actually got to keep my number.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
yeah, I think
Which is so
nowadays you
nice.
can, because even the
Mhm.
number I have now was also originally a temp sim, like that
Okay.
I got from some random carrier like in Walmart, and then I
Yeah.
switched over to one of these, more
Major
mainstream,
ones.
yeah,
Yeah.
major one. Um, but yeah, I guess I feel really grateful that we have other ways of keeping up with each other. Like
Yeah.
like one thing I always talk about, like in China, it didn't matter what your phone number was. Like you didn't give your phone number to people. You used WeChat.
Mm.
And
Ah.
WeChat was wonderful. Like I wish we had a WeChat equivalent in the United States. We don't.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
WeChat had everything. Like I would use WeChat to text people, like my friends and my work friend, like work colleagues, and you could use WeChat to like order food and like use public transportation
Oh
and
my
like pay for
gosh.
things. And like you could even like buy plane tickets on WeChat. You
Oh
could
my
like
gosh.
Oh yeah, you could do anything. You could get a loan. You could apply for a loan on WeChat. Like it was the app. You could use like location services. Like it was everything. So like you didn't care what
Yeah.
someone's phone number was. You just needed
Yeah.
their WeChat.
Wow.
And like that was great. And it had good privacy settings too. Like WeChat it's like a great app. And we don't have like in the US, if I'm getting in touch with someone here, it's like, so should I text you? Should I use WhatsApp? Or do you like to use Facebook Messenger? Or do you use something else? Or should we just use
I know.
Instagram? Should I, send you a DM on Twitter? Like here I've got
Yeah.
friends like on every single platform that I contact with.
Mhm.
It's so hard. I hate it. I actually hate it because it's like
Yeah.
I keep like strict time limits on my social media too of like I don't spend more than an hour and a half a day or whatever on my phone,
Mhm.
dependent. And so like I'm not checking my DMs. I don't keep my notifications on. So if somebody's like, "Hey, do you want to hang out later?" or something like immediate, I'm like, "Text or call me. I'm not going to see this
Right.
for like 3 days." I don't know. And I like really see it as like with apps on the phone, it's like if I'm in the Instagram DM room, I'm not checking. Like if something pops up in the other room, like if you're yelling at me from the other room, I'm not going to hear it till I physically go in there. And I'm so
Mhm.
ADD, I might not go in there for a couple days. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
so, it is a problem here. Too many forms of communication and
Mhm.
our natural American sense of entitlement. It's a recipe for
Right.
disaster.
Agreed. It should be simplified. Totally
how
get
many,
it.
how many numbers have you had, Mary?
I've had, let's see, growing up, I lived in like the same house for just so many years. So I actually have had like four.
Four.
Four
Okay.
landlines, but my cell phone, my first cell phone I've had, and it's been the same number for like over 25 years. It's my forever phone.
That is your forever digits, and
Yeah,
that you
my
changed
forever.
carriers and everything.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah,
amazing.
and I love my number. I'm kind of
Yeah.
attached to it, and
Same.
so
It's like my number is my identity in a way.
it's
Mm.
oh, girl.
So I
I might
used
have
to
to
be
get a
like that.
tattoo.
Yeah.
See,
Get a
that's how I
tattoo.
used to be, and now I've like lifted that attachment from myself. Like
It's
I've
kind of
changed
nice in
numbers
a
so many
way.
times that it's like, you know.
You kind of weed out the people that don't matter also randomly contacting you or things like that, which has got to be nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really get texts from I mean, I feel like if some weird person wants to contact me, there's like
They're gonna
7,000
find a
ways
way.
to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. They can find you somehow.
Yeah, we're pretty out there, Nurtouch and I.
Yeah, that's true.
We're pretty
That's
out
true.
there.
So your number, at least that's the one thing you have that's super private.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Like my
Yeah.
number is like it's a very select group of people that actually contact me that way. So I
It wasn't the
appreciate
number
it
you were
for
like drunk giving out to ladies at the bar and things like that. You know, you have a new number for a new phase of life with your privacy.
My wife might watch this podcast, so I won't respond to that.
Like she doesn't know you were ever drunk at bars.
Shh, Lorena. Okay, all right. We're wrapping up this episode of today's podcast, Stages Podcast. Thanks for tuning. Okay, just kidding.
Yeah, but that really is about it.
That really is about it, though.
Yeah. That's what we got on digits, guys. So
well, me and Mary with our forever digits, and Zach with his maybe forever digits.
Forever swapping them digits.
Oh, well, forever swap, Digi-swap, Digimon, great show.
There you go.
Yeah,
great show.
Fan favorite for me. All right, well, thanks for tuning in, everyone. This has been another great episode of talking about phone numbers and how they changed over the yees.
That's right,
drop your phone number below. No, I'm just kidding.
And we'll give you a shout out.
Just let us know how many numbers you've had. I'm curious.
Me too.
I'm gonna start asking everybody now.
Right. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Real
well, we will
icebreaker.
see you.
Yeah.
A real icebreaker. And so we'll see you guys next week on Stages.